On the debate side, there was, I think, a massive surge. I mean, with podcasting, right now we're sitting here and have different political ideas and are
Mm-hmm.
discussing them. But there was also a surge on the sort of mainstream level, on like the North American side, I guess. I don't know if you remember or if you know Jordan Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
for example. He really like revamped something like that with his debates, for example, with Sam Harris, who's more
Yep.
on the left. But even those debates keep getting attacked. Let's just say, like, I mean, I don't agree with everything the guy says. I think I found a lot of his ideas helpful. But for example, his book, the publishing company was trying to the employees of Penguin were trying to cancel the book's publication.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, live and let live, people. Like the there are some parts of society right now that are harmful, right? That are clearly doing harm to particular populations. And they need to be reined in some way, right? And if that's by public opinion, if that's just not spending your money in whatever that is, you know, let's take the Georgia voting restrictions that have just been voted in. I am all for the companies that are headquartered in Georgia saying "f you" to those restrictions and saying like, we want a Georgia where everybody gets to vote, and yes, we are going to tell you, Georgia legislature, how we feel. This is our opinion about it. And yes, we might not have as much, we might not put as much money into your state unless you're going to change. And that's what happened with a lot of, like, a couple of years ago, like transgender bathroom bills,
Mm.
right? In North Carolina, there was this bill restricting people. They only could go into the bathrooms of their natural born gender, right? And a bunch of companies, including, I think that year it was might have been the NBA All-Star Game, pulled out of North Carolina. And not immediately, but over time, that bill was either, I can't remember if it was pulled back or overturned, or I don't remember what happened with it exactly. But like, companies had the power, because people wanted them to. Companies had the power to go in and say, we think you're on the wrong side of history here, right? We think you're on the wrong side of humans here, and we want you to change. And that was successful, and it's been successful in other places too. So we individuals can go to people who hold more power than we do, which would be companies, or in some cases legislatures, or other groups that have a big voice, and make our desires known. And in Georgia, it seems clear, like 75% of people in Georgia want those laws removed, right? So when the vast majority of Georgians think that these laws are restrictive and harmful, absolutely, I want the companies to come in and say, not so fast, Georgia. And are we now canceling Georgia's legislature? No, we are not doing that, right? We're having a public discourse about it. Many people, many different groups have an input in it, and we are doing exactly what we should be doing and using our voices to encourage what 75% of the population wants to have happen, right? So I like that's the right way to go about it from my point of view, right? I want to see change. I'm going to go after the people that can help me make change.
But ethically, I mean, legally, obviously, it's freedom of speech. But ethically, is it okay for companies to get so involved in politics as they are
They're not
today?
involved in politics. That's not politics. Involved in politics is the companies giving all the money to politicians. That's involved in politics.
Democratically involved in politics, let's just
Okay.
say, but
Yes.
just through their PR and through their
I think, look,
marketing.
if I am a company, look, I am a Chicago company, right? I am headquartered in Chicago. I pay my taxes in Illinois. I'm a Chicago company. I'm a teeny tiny Chicago company by comparison to others. But don't I get a say in how the money that I contribute to the state is used for state programs and services? Right? I don't have any lobbying power at all. But I could band with my Chamber of Commerce, my local Chamber of Commerce, or with the City Chamber of Commerce to help to affect the change that I believe will make a better business environment for my company. That's totally appropriate, I think. So why wouldn't, Delta Airlines, headquartered in Georgia, who wants the amazing workforce that exists in Georgia to stay with Delta Airlines and continue to work for them, And they want everybody to have a voice, to feel like they're part of society, to feel like they're part of, the voting body that helps set the laws of that state and of our country. Why wouldn't they want the legislature to have greater voting opportunities than less? They pay so much money to that state, right? Their taxes go to supporting all the various programs in that state. They have a right to have an opinion, not to say what happens, but to have an opinion on how that money is spent and how that money is used.
Would you use lobbying power if you had it?
I probably would. That's a good question. If I had lobbying power, what would I lobby for? I would. I want a minimum. I want a stronger minimum wage in Chicago, in Illinois.
Not universal basic income?
I'm not there yet, but I'm intrigued by the idea, for sure. I'm not against it, but I'm not entirely supportive of it yet. But definitely a higher minimum wage. One of my big issues is maternity leave and paternity leave, and more sick time, paid sick leave for families. Anything really to support families with children is where my heart's at. And if I had lobbying power, I would do that. I do it in the voting booth, for sure. I mean, that's what I vote for. I vote for, open abortion rights. I vote for family medical leave. I vote for education. Those are the things that are important to me. And so my one vote is my lobby.
For now.
For now.